Hey everybody, it's Dune, back with another episode of Factorio Megabase. This episode, I'm going to start with getting some more solar going. Uh, Last episode, we kind of, we worked on our plastic build. I'm not sure how much I really improved it, or just that there's more demand and plastic is just having a hard time keeping up. So we're probably going to have to address that as well. Um, but I've been putting off doing some more solar, and I want to get to that. I'm just going to grab a whole ton of that. Grab that. Getting our train. Pick up the car of solar. And I probably should just take that up to our solar outpost and just replace that. I don't see us, wherever that is in here. This is solar one I'm looking for. There it is. I mean, there's lots of reasons to, maybe dismantle that and kind of spread these things everywhere. And because, I mean, there's definitely lots of locations that won't really ever get stuff or wouldn't get much stuff. At the same time, this is already done and built, and it's got a ton of bots to put things together. So we're going to do that. So I've been watching, just kind of off camera. This is their copper build we just built recently. It's actually doing rather well. Station 4's 464,000, Station 3 230,000. So that just 4 is like the furthest from this entrance point. As these trains come in, they're coming from the southern area. They kind of see that as kind of the furthest, so it's got the most. That's kind of a good thing. I was looking at the far southeast iron outpost we built kind of recently. These stations out here, 3 and 4, kind of furthest from the entrance here, they've been maxed out. Literally, these guys aren't doing anything, which is good. I mean, it's kind of sort of backwards from the way I used to do things. Is I would, I'd kind of average things together and I'd send the trains to pick up from whoever had most. But if these guys are just sitting here not doing anything, I'm okay with that. I mean, as long as trains can come in and get stuff if they want it, and they get it from these other ones, that works for me. So, those are ready whenever, demand increases. Anyways, we're at our destination. We're unloading. I probably should have been taking apart previous build while we were on our way, but it was chatting, so there we go. That's the way it is. Change that to blacklist so we tear up everything, but let's see, do we have anything left over here to take? Yes. We can do 2 this way. It's usually at least 4, but we also grabbed a pile, a couple piles worth. So just gonna rip all that up. Got enough bots now to sort of dismantle one of these all in one swipe. Put down the new one. down a new blueprint over one you're pulling up. And the bots will place it after they've taken away the other. So we'll leave that go. Just finish picking this up. I guess I should drop off the stuff in my inventory. These are basically empty, so we can head back. The bots do their work and we can go on with our day. Kind of check power. Producing 25 gigawatts in solar. We're gonna be increasing that by at least, what did we put in? 6, so at least another gigawatt. Kind of, maybe we'll go around to solar and re-deactivate things. I never did this one. So we put in some switches. I changed these switches to only, to BA less than 999. So turns out you can do these by hand. You didn't used to be able to, but now that's kind of cool. I can. So if I set that to, nuclear only work if A is less than 50. Well, that's cool. Can I copy and paste that? Nope. Look for power poles because it shows you can see those colors. So here's one. That's red. Well, this is great. I like this. Drop that. This has some elite panels in it for some reason. Let's see where else. This one's enabled, but I can't disable it because I connected it with a power line to bypass it. So we'll have to take that apart. One of the reasons I wanted to come back though is I had some power switches already made. So if I can request that from the bots. Where are the power switches? There. I know I don't have 50, but let's grab them. Grab whatever the bots will bring me. There's comments 1. How many they give me? 4. And that could be all there is. I know there wasn't money. Well, here comes at least some more. 6. Might be all we need. We'll have to make a handful of copper wire. Alright, so we need to this one, this one, and this one, I think, are the only 3 nuclear plants that have permanent connections. Well, and this. So let's head to Nuke Plant 5 station. Make sure I was in the training before I moved off. Nuke 5 plant station. I don't think that's in here anymore. Let's just add it near the bottom though. First thing before we dismantle nuclear is to actually find out whether we can exist without it. Last time I tried it, we definitely couldn't do it. No. And we also have several stone stations. And getting low on supplies, we'll probably have to replace those soon. Actually have some iron ore ones as well. I forget the state of those. If we need to replace them soon or not. I don't really want to tear these things up, but at the same time, if I could, supposedly nuclear is just so much more efficient. Or not nuclear, but solar. I mean, you just look at it. I mean, your screen practically freezes as you zoom in on these things. So there's so much going on in them. All these little, well, the little graphic things. Well, when you're not zoomed in, aren't there, but just there's so much going on in these pipes and all these tanks and stuff. And what I'd probably do is I'd tear apart everything and stick it in a chest right there, and then if I ever need it again, I could put it right back down. Okay, well, actually I don't need to go anywhere. Let's what we do is take that and disconnect it. And then let's grab this as a blueprint. So now we see what A is less than 50. Which is just mind-boggling. Why is accumulators not keeping up? Alright, well, let's go around. I mean, I suppose accumulators should. Next, Nuke's 4 station. see the status of these from wire map. It is 26. Honestly, I like the whole idea of nuclear. I think that's really great. I prefer that than solar, but you know, at my point in this game, I gotta go with the most efficient use of my computer, honestly, versus what I like most in the game. I mean, I prefer belts over bots and I prefer nuclear over solar, but it's just the opposite for apparently for efficiency in the game. Still assembling this. Take a while, apparently. So, where's the wires in here? Oh, shoot. I didn't bring any accumulators. Darn it. Alright, come back for that. So these ones on this side are all kind of maxed out. I was looking at that the other day. Station 3, especially at 524, apparently is max. 2's at 517 and 1's at 248 because the entrance is up here, and so these guys are the ones getting hit the most. So these stations are working. I mean, this one's high traffic at first, but I guess once these sort of caught up, you know, like, say this train here is not moving until at least one train shows up here. Wherever that iron ore 66 might not, unless there's another train there, it's not going to get used up for a while. Good. Steel. 46,000 average. I was kind of looking, I think I looked at W here. Yeah, 250,000 steel on hand. It's actually pretty good. X here apparently gets a lot more use. It's only got 19,000. Alright, so we need some accumulators. Just a handful. This isn't doing so well, except for the, it says 70%. I probably should tap these guys soon. I was looking at LDS probably last night as well off camera. We had originally set these to show up based on average. Well, LDS is doing kind of well enough. We could kind of go with our current strategy is, you know, first come, first serve. Kind of get rid of some of that. Can't tell if this has got power to it or not. It's got a red wire to it, but I don't see it's got power to it. Maybe because it's in the blue, it doesn't need it. Says it's connected. What's A at 8? This should be on. Stick it out a little further. I don't know why these other ones were working. Oh, let's copy and paste that first. Oh, there's no red cable to it. There's a moth flying in front of my face. Go away, moth. Jeez. Look, it's a moth. It's just swirling around it. Circle, 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 circle. Yeah, it's a moth. Just got caught in a little spider web for a second. Never seen him behave like that before. Alright, I'm going to copy that blueprint. Makes me wonder if this other one down here, even though it had... do this. See, there's no copper wire going from this to that. But it's in the blue, so maybe it doesn't need it, because I mean, this is working, right? One way to test. I remove this to that. See, it goes away. This is powering that, right? I don't know. I don't know why one works and the other doesn't. It's weird. And this isn't oh, it's connected down here. Well, that would explain it. What about these other ones that are, like say this one? Yeah, this has wire to that. And these ones as well then, right? Yeah, wire to it. So this one is just faulty. What was this? Z-Nuke 5. Okay, let's head back there. How's this build going up here? Is it done? It looks done. Oh. How many are left supplies wise? Plenty of solar panels. At least enough for 2 more. Power like. So one thing we need to do is we need to connect a copper wire to that switch. Hey, oops, I probably still need that on my mouse cursor. Actually, I'll probably just remove that. I think that's it. I mean, this radar, I think, would work off residual in this. Or not. I'm sure it will. Just okay, so head up to this one, I guess, next. Z-Nuke.3. Click on power here, see how we're doing. So we have to disconnect that. And probably control it over there. You only need one connection. I was doing like a couple because, you know, this was a multiplayer map. Sometimes people would mess with you. Make it a little harder if you had more than one connection, but disconnecting all your solar is a lot more difficult. Is it nighttime? Is that why that's not charging? And 8.6. And where's the power at? Just right there. Okay, well, all our nuclear plants are set to be on if accumulators get to less than 50. Well, we might need to work on our plastics, so it might be worth holding onto those pipes. I mean, I can kind of at the current moment juggle between our original plastic build down in this area. It's got 450,000 on hand, and our new plastic build by sending trains down to that old one. far it's not getting ahead, but it's not keeping up either. I mean, this isn't backed up. I think kind of if red chips backed up, it is getting a little backed up, I suppose. I mean, station 6 here has got 130,000 in it, where before it didn't even have any plastic, so it is backing up a little bit. We're probably fine. Get rid of these pipes. We'll call it good for now. Just keep our eye on it. Let's look at other things. Blue chips, 130,000. That's dwindling, but it could have been because red chips were backing up. I don't know if it's a green chip problem, or it could be that we're just have more demand and we'll need another blue chip facility. Green chips, yes, 28,000. But we also were aware that, recently we just rebuilt copper because copper was low. So this could also be why blue chips is low, is because green's got low. We got 4 trains waiting. Green chips in the south, I think, is doing rather well. It's doing okay, 270. I'd kind of not gone crazy with trains for this when I built it. There's like 4 iron trains, so 1 for each station, and 6 copper, which is the right ratio. 1.5 to 1 copper to iron is what it is for a green circuit. And both their builds are relatively close to this. Not right on top. There was just too many ore spots here that hadn't been mined out. Okay, well, we do have other things to look at. We have that stone. We already know about that. There's nothing we can do about that for a bit. Now let's look at this first iron spot. Okay, we know this one's getting low. We've only got 1 train coming here. I'm wondering if there's sound coming to... I got microphone sound, but I'm not seeing desktop audio showing up. Let's click on things. Okay. It's just not showing up on the meter. Okay, that's fine. This could use more iron. I mean, I don't want to belt it over, but I was kind of thinking someday this would become a iron outpost. Could kind of look around. Well, if I was going to move that, he's probably going to the iron ore northeast, yes. So we ideally want to set him up over here somewhere. but it's not that big a deal. Kind of went after this. It's probably a nice idea. So I could use a. I mean, it's got this, so it's not horrible. Waypoint northeast 3-1 north. For some reason, I got a lot of room on me. So let's track. Not planning on building new trains at the moment. Good enough for one, but what did I say? Northeast 3-1 something. Northeast 3-1 north. So whatever we just built here finished, right? Let's see what else we have on hand. 50. Yeah. And plenty of solar panels, but not enough accumulators. Can China check power? 40 gigawatts. Oh my goodness. Just dropped by a bunch as soon as the accumulators hit 50. Kind of weird how it's saying production. Even if all those switches got cut. Average 20K, I don't. Well, we did catch up on trains. We're down to 1. So this could be catching up. We label these. It's a green circuit, stacker, copper stacker, and the iron stacker. So you can check, you can see it at a glance. What's what? I mean, of course I know when you're looking at it. This is actually nothing. So is this. Even though this is a full copper build, we just recently moved that up to here. Taking apart 6 of these to make that. Wow, this stayed active. Let's see, where are we? Look at this. There's like signals in here, but let's put a waypoint. signals in this section of track. Yeah, just horrible. Let's do that and then come back. Originally set up my train, my rail. Not sure I can really do what I wanted was to remove some wood, but I don't have any inventory space. Originally, the way I set up my rails, my signaling was a full train could fit between signals. But on long stretches of the track, that's not really actually beneficial. If you got multiple trains following each other, that's the point of putting signals every so often, is so the next train can move. Like if you didn't, like if you had no signals between this intersection and that intersection, literally a train would have to wait till like this one's going through, right? If another train was waiting to go that way, you couldn't leave this intersection until this one had passed the signal way over here. So by putting it in, you know, more signals in, the sooner a train can move. Oops. And just pretty much the more signals you have, the sooner they can go. As soon as the previous train passes the signal, then the next train can move. I guess that was over there because of the sour patch. Right. How's the rest of the signals? This is kind of ugly this way too. Oh, this is... this is just going to remain ugly until we get that copper out of there. We don't really have a whole lot of trains down this way. In fact, I don't think we got any. Oh, I guess we do have an artillery outpost. You don't have to have these directly opposite each other when they're not on the same track. They're on the same track. If you put them up, don't put them opposite each other, then you've effectively turned that rail into a no-way zone. Okay, just put you back to automatic. We'll go back to this waypoint way over here, where we really want one of these. East 3, now we do east. 3, 1, east. So we don't go around the corner. Actually, we're going to go after these 3 patches. Let's just start slowing down. Oops. That must be the back train. And I got another train coming after me. What can I do about that? So we do. I don't know which direction I want to scroll. Actually, the mining facility's that way, but our old train's going to come from the left. We kind of need a multi-directional. I guess we'd go to the entrance. I don't like this. This was my old blueprint. I don't like it so much just because I put it down as you can't actually get signals in here, right in there. So it's not one I use a lot anymore. But we can do that. Train coming. And because you can't put a signal here. You can put a signal there, but it won't do any good. Just blink. Because you got to be able to put it on all the block elements. So I think I'm just gonna make this for one train. Because having these ores kind of far apart will make the bots really slow, so doing more than one is going to be difficult. How's wires going? It kind of gets crazy when you're developing a area. This track here is actually going to be kind of funky. Can I move this? I think I can move it to the opposite side of that pole without a problem. Kind of tell that's there, but I don't think that's a problem if we do this. This. No. It's going to have coal in it. Thankfully, that's okay. So let's just rip that up. Shouldn't be too much ore on me. I want to get this so that we don't get any. Do all that, but not get any coal. And don't do that, I can't get out that way. Can't walk through chests. Kind of muting the microphone because there's a car going by with music playing, and that's copyright infringement. Alright, they finally turned off their car and their music, so I'm back. Let's see here, don't need that. It's station names. Northeast 3, 1 east. Alright, so what else is station 55? Used to seem like it was way up here. I'm sure it's not so way up anymore. It used to be up this way. Here it is. So we'll give it .11 fall. Then give this one a wait condition. So as soon as it's been there 30 seconds, it'll leave. It's actually picked up quite a bit in 30 seconds then. It's got 6.6. Comes another car. Music. Fortunately, I drove down the lane away so I can. Alright, so we need, let's check out this next iron train. It's in the south somewhere. It's this one here. It's actually, we grabbed these kind of recently and still got some, but it's got all that mined up now. So spot's going to need a new pickup spot. Go after something like this. How's this one doing? How many trains come here? 1. And let's send it to that spot. Yeah, let's send it there. Where is this? To 89. 89. Alright. Another train's probably on its way here. Should be almost here, I think. It's about to cross a lake, so it's this train there. Sure takes a while to get wherever it was coming from. Here, I guess. Anyways, let's look at this next one on the list. This one. Pretty sure there's only one train coming. Well, there's still 2. Now I'll do something with one of them. I need another station over here somewhere. Let's go get this guy. RC3 2 east. Northeast 3 2 east. So roughly right here, create a spur. Set to a chain signal, because I'll probably send at least 2 trains up here. Let's take this right one. Want the full length of a train, so I do have a pre-made. So I actually going to put that station kind of high. Let's not do that. I'll just have to put the chest, I think, below the. Do something like that. It's still kind of awkward. Probably could have come in further over, but. I actually probably could end up doing the chest in this top side. That'll work. Probably more like. Oh shoot, I didn't put a chest in construction bot at the last place. I knew you were going to take all my wood, weren't you? Just have to do that. They're idle. Closest power is over this way. Alright, so which Which one were we doing? 65 here. Grab one of these trains. I mean, they're apparently the station's not too hurting. Let's grab that one. And we'll go there later. Alright, then we got a couple stone ones to look at. This one. It's got 33,000 left. It's not desperate need. But there is stuff to get. Guess we'll come a little further. Though its exit faces this way. I should come. I'd like to get that. Suppose I could get it with belts. Stone 9. Do need to go back to the previous iron station though. I just put in. Then we'll add stone 9. It's not connected, is it? Okay. I just realized I might have RSO enabled. My mods. Wish a map didn't enable things if you wasn't already enabled. This map I'm not using RSO. Oh, I don't need to run anywhere. I just need to put a chest in. And a construction bot. Where's this train going? We can go this way, I suppose. I don't like putting in more belts. I'm actually trying to take them up, but when a station's already a belt bot or a belt outpost, Train going. So let's go down this way. I suppose stone 9's there. I figured it would have been a little faster to go that way, but really? I suppose that entrance to the stone 9 is angled this way. That made more sense. So even though it shows like 32,000, it's really over 300,000 given my current productivity. But they do run out, so it's kind of good to have it. Give it a second stop, or tie in something else that's relatively close. This stop doesn't have a 80. Could have run this distance across here. Get these. I suppose I'll be running across here anyways, but this whole, whatever this was, gone. Alright, so kind of right across the top here. Something like that. Let's change that to a 4-lane balancer. For some reason it stopped flowing though. Oh, pull up the power pole. Where's it coming across? Like right there. Close. Like right here. Wrong key. I got a fair number of belt I can do this, but undergrounds will be the most effective. Unfortunately, it's hard to run undergrounds in reverse, so I just kind of gotta keep this. patch. Kind of shame to bring it all in on a one belt, but we'll see what we can do about that. We're going to do it 2 belts. I gotta do that in 2. Four-lane balancer thing again. We're only going to take 2 of those. I don't need this guy. Priority left. Give it nothing. And priority right, the same thing. Right, so where's this? Screw this up. It's all right. Let's just copy that. Alright, need a little power. This way. Could be better if we just came up from the track. This is stone 9. Let's just add that to stone 9. For now, let's put this underground. No. see if we can do another one. Of course, make sure this is flowing. It looks like it is. Looks like we'll be fine. Is it flowing? Here it comes. Let's look at stone 9, stone 5. What's this one? Could kind of go after that. How much do we have on this supplies? I can't tell when I'm looking at this view. That's right there. Just all sorts to get. Rather make a new outpost. Still not falling. There it is. Blue belts, it seems slow because my UPS is really slow. Gosh, can't believe I'm running to 18. $17. When I'm not streaming, I'm running about 23. I'm also looking at belts right here, so it's we have enough supplies to set up a new outpost. Let's go to stone 5. Go to iron ore 53, we can clean up a little bit of it. Maybe get some. Unless I can get some belt, but I don't really need any. Unless we wanted to bring that in. I don't know how else I'd do another outpost here because I got triple track here. I mean, of course, you could just bring it right through. Stone pile right there. I'd kind of like to get that. Someday I might end up expanding this. And nice to have that gone. Are you leaving, dude? Let's go. Here's an interesting situation. This is an exit lane. If I use this to come in, and then kind of this to go out, except for you really want to go that way. No, turn right. able to. I suppose this should be maybe like this. Really, train? Couldn't give me any more room. We'll just have to. Do something weird. Let's get the train on there. I guess I put that in the wrong spot anyway, so. Cargo wagon, yes. A ton of junk to drop in there. Before I put something down, the bots just take it. Kind of want that stone back. It's fine. Change that to stone. Smells good here. Smells good there. Pretty sure I can take this train. It's kind of weird. I guess add stone 13 in there. Full and add a weight condition to this. That should be good. No, I didn't. I can put a. Let me do it kind of long reach. A storage chest and a construction bot. Pick up the pieces when it's over. So I'm gonna go around and pick up empties.